What's happening, YouTube? I'm Frank the Tank, and today we're diving into Fortune's Keep solos. Having trouble winning on it? We're going to show you the best ways to put yourself in a position to get a dub. So sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. All right, as we start this up, the first thing we're going to take a look at is the map. We're just going to pause on it for a second here. I want to go over it. I pay a lot more attention to the first circle on Fortune's Keep than I do on Rebirth Island. If you saw the Rebirth Island tutorial video, which if you haven't, link in the description below if you want to check it out. But I don't pay too much attention to the first circle on Rebirth. On Fortune's Keep, I pay a lot of attention to where the first circle is and where it's going to be heading, where the center of it is. I don't prefer to land outside of zone just at all on Fortune's Keep on the first circle, but more specifically going for a dub, gonna land center circle. And the reason for that is rotations on Fortune's Keep, they can be a lot of fun, but they're also very challenging. There's a lot of spots to get hit from. There's a lot of open ground to cover, a lot of gatekeeping, a lot of third partying happens. So going for a dub, we're gonna land center circle. So with that being said, we're gonna go Winery. Now Winery, a hotter drop on the map. One of the hottest, if not the hottest, right? I love it. Land Winery quite a bit. I'm pretty comfortable there. So we actually are going to see some kills as well here. It's, you know, we're going to go for a dub, but we're going to be able to rack up some kills, especially dropping Winery off the bat. I'll kind of show you my strategy inside of Winery and really how I'm kind of holding it and playing it based off the circle. We're going to be dead center circle. We're going to be able to hold Winery for a while because of that, right? We don't have to worry about any kind of rotation. And I really think that's the trickiest part to Fortune's Keep really is those rotations. So by kind of eliminating that until later in the game, you know, put yourself at a good advantage to not get taken out, not get third-partied, you know, not get beamed off of the top of one of those toilet poles off the rip there. We'll speed this part up a little bit, really just a looting phase. We're going to run into a few kills as well, but really our main goal here, get the loadout and get it early. Key to any game mode in the Resurgence, early loadouts as fast as possible. Get the money, game up, get your loadout on the ground. It's going to put yourself in the best position to win. Not only that, position to get the most kills as possible, right, too, if you're looking to frag out. Now, if you were landing in the circle and you're purely looking for a dub, right, and you're saying, hey, I don't want to land Winery, it's too hot, right? If you're somebody that's not going to be going for a bunch of kills, not going to be, you know, looking to get in early game fights right off the rip, there's camp around this area. There's bay around this area. Now, camp usually gets a few people, but there is some space there that you can kind of get settled in and maybe get some loot comfortably before you really have to engage, you know, get a gun at least. Bay isn't a bad spot either. Not too many people going to be over in that area whatsoever. And with that being said, you know, you might get one or two, but there's plenty of cash down there, actually. There's a decent amount of loot in that area, and you can get decently looted up. So, as you saw, I found a pink box, which pink boxes, if you don't know, they're going to drop your favorite loadout. As you see, I got both my AR and my SMG that I'll be running. I'm running the Arma and the AS-44. It was a little tricky of a situation here. A lot of times, the pink boxes are nice, right, for a quick regain, right? You come back into the game, you can get your footing right back. At other times, you know, early game might be a little broken early game, but it's awesome getting it early. It's just go time, right? Here, I actually found it right as I dropped a loadout. I dropped the loadout, then I found the pink box. So I decided to leave my loadout on the ground, and the reason for that was I had about a minute before the free loadout drop, which it just dropped right now, right? I decided, hey, if I go down during that minute's a long time, right? If I die in that meantime, I got a loadout to quickly regain and get my footing back into the game if I go down. So I actually don't hit this for a minute, but right now is where I should have ran over and just used my other loadout. A little bit of the reasoning I'm leaving it there. That other loadout is in a tricky spot. It's up on the roof, and you can see I just put shots onto somebody going for one of their loadouts up there. So I do leave it kind of a little backup plan. But I could easily hit it right now. And if you're playing again for a dub, right, you're looking to settle in. So maybe you did land outside a Winery, you landed at Bay, or in camp. You're getting situated. Same situation happens. This might be a perfect time, you know, second loadout to get a ghost class online. Here, personally, I'm going to be aggressive, right? So I'd be looking to get a tempered class online. And this is kind of where you want to get your positioning, hold it down, right? It's still second circle, still a minute before that starts to close. So plenty of time. We saw where that circle was coming from, right? It's going to be shifting in from over by town. Town was out off the bat, right? So that whole circle is going to be coming to us. And you'll see the ebbs and flows of the game, right? There were some people in Winery. It slowed down a little bit. We're playing smart and looking to hold center circle, stay here. So we're gonna make this our home, right? But you can see that it's a little bit slower now. And I am going to go off of sound cues here a lot. So coming up and throughout this Winery trip, right, you're going to see a lot of kills purely based off of auditory signals. And at this point as well, I mean, we have 10 kills, 31 up. If we're looking to put up a big game right now, this would be the time to rotate out, right? It's going to really slow down around this point of the map in Winery. The majority of people are going to be coming in with that circle was the decently hard shift, right? And it's going to keep hard shifting this way. Circles are very predictable in the resurgence maps, right? So it was over top of Winery. We know this game's going to end right around Winery. Usually the circle either goes towards that lighthouse area or Winery. It just kind of picks between the two. But if we were looking to really frag, we would be moving out back into Keep and into Grotto, where it would be a lot riskier. Now, at the same time, with the two loadouts we have on the ground, we do have an opportunity to push out there, and we kind of get a free life, right? If we die, we know there's not many people in Winery. We have, you know, loadouts galore back here, so we can go out there, die without that much of a worry, and come back and be able to regain immediately with the loadout and just be good to go again. So if we were looking to really put up some kills, which, you know, 10 with 30 on the board, that could be a pretty solid game, right? So we would rotate out to Keep or to Grotto to start racking up some extra kills here. But you will start to notice now that with the second circle closing, more people are going to start to pour into Winery, and we're going to start to see some new faces here. And this is the point where auditory cues are going to be everything. You'll see us kind of on the hunt right here, and it's a lot of listening. See, we can hear one. There's another footstep, so we know there's at least one more here, right? So that is purely sound. Everything right now is purely sound. And you can see, we were talking about the game slowed down. We had like 9, 10 kills there. Back up to 15 now. With that second circle closing, people are going to start moving into the next circle right here. And we still have plenty of time in Winery. Almost all of it's still inside of this third circle here. And plenty of time with Rebirth as well. So we can still be aggressive if we're being aggressive. If we're playing that slow game, you know, this is that point where you kind of got to defend your house a little bit better. That downtime, you could just be hanging out, chilling out, maxing out, relaxing, right? Now you might be going to be on your toes a little bit more. Fortify your position. The other thing is Winery's nice too. If you're like, you know, Winery's tough, you know, it could be a little hot. You don't always feel comfortable here. Winery's great practice for getting into fights for multiple reasons, right? You can take a lot out of Winery. There's 4 levels really. You got the rooftop, you have your second floor, your first floor, and the cellar downstairs, right? So there's in most areas of Winery, there's at least 4 floors that you could be dealing with. So auditory, you know, having trouble locking people down, figuring out where people are. This really helps to kind of get you better at that and really figure out where the sounds are coming from because of the 4 floors, and gives you an ability to start being able, you know, to lock people down better if you're struggling with that. Also, Fortune's Keep, I love it. You know, a lot of people not really on the Fortune's Keep train, maybe still big Rebirth guys or girls, which is totally fine. But Rebirth, excuse me, Fortune's Keep, I love it. I love the ability it gives you, the movement in this map, right? The jump ups, the smaller rotations you can make inside of rooms. You can see we've had so many fights inside of that area there, and they all feel a little different, look a little different. Just because once you start to get some of these jump ups down, you've seen some. I'm doing some throughout this match here, and some very simple or some are a little bit more complex. But even just the simple ones is just I don't know. It makes this map a lot of fun. There's a lot to do, and this is just winery. This is just one area. You can do this all over the map. The guy wasn't happy. Now we have 19, looking for a 20 bomb, 11 left in the game. The 4 circles closed now, right? We still have a sliver of winery left. We've been in winery the whole time. We landed winery, dead center circle. We haven't had to worry about any kind of rotations, taking third-party shots. We've been safe. And, we get a decent circle here, right? It's still going to be in winery, but this one's always tricky, okay? So, remember I did say the shift happens around this time, around this circle, right, towards Lighthouse or towards winery. It actually went in the middle of the street. It's going to knock Lighthouse out. So they're going to have to rotate in from there. So now with 8 people left in the game, you're trying to get the numbers count going and try to zero down where, the last 7 people are outside of ourselves, right? So we hear some shots downstairs. We're down to 6 people, down to 5 now. We got 20 on the board, 20 bombs. Nice. 4 people left in the game, okay? So we know there's 1 in the basement at least, right? So we can, 3 others besides us. 1 in the basement at least. 1 crossing the street from Lighthouse. So this rotation from Lighthouse is so tricky. And then the opposite is the same too. Pushing from winery towards Lighthouse is so tricky as well, because that whole area out in front that we're looking at is a nightmare. And that guy finds out. He's going to be able to get back to his feet. But do you see that Jeep out there? That Jeep, from leaving from winery to go to Lighthouse is my move. If that Jeep's there, I hop in that Jeep and drive over to over Lighthouse, hop out of one of those buildings and just, in go mode, hoping, figuring somebody's going to be inside of there. But that rotation is so tricky. We got nice and lucky there that it stayed just enough on our side. And look at this. The COD gods gift us with nice circle play. They give us a circle. I'm going to make an early rotation. I'm going to get to the top of church as quick as possible. We're going to use the whole gas mask for it. We know it's 3 other people. We pretty much know where they all are, right? They're, all going to be below us now. We had that one rotating in from Lighthouse. He's going to be there as well. So we have the high ground on the map. We have the safest spot on the map. We're going to have a ton of vision here. Shots below us. Now we know where 1 is, and we know the other one should be right nearby, right? So 3 people. And another glorious circle shift. This one, we're not going to have to worry about playing gas at all. It's just going to move along with us. Perfect timing. Shots get fired as soon as we're on rotation. We know we're safe and clear. And then now it's a 1v1 situation. We know exactly where the last person is. Right there. A couple shots on. Now it's just wait for the gas to pull them out. We're going to make sure they're not making a gas play. In this situation, I was thinking maybe they might rotate out to the right here. They could go right or left. I'm going to play right. But we hear a cough to the left. Easy Q as we control circle. And easy peasy win here. It's actually kind of funny. This ends up being Naughty as the last kill, so a little cherry on top of this video. But GG's never really had a chance there. We just have perfect circle control throughout the game, really, right? We land center circle, and you can see how much, landing winery again is going to be a little bit hotter, but we dropped 21 in a dub, and we never left winery, never left pretty much the center of the circle until the end there when we started getting the shifts. But it's a clean game. No deaths. 21 up on the board. A dub. Very clean all around. We don't have to worry about any rotations and anything of the more, difficult aspects of Fortune's Keep. That'll wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed. I do want to dive into some more gameplay on Fortune's Keep. I feel like there's a lot of other things that can be touched on in this, especially, regains coming back after deaths. And most importantly, this the rotations on the map. Trying how and the best way to go about rotating on this map, because that I think is the most difficult part. So I do want to make another Fortune's Keep video with maybe us landing outside a circle or just in another part of the map and rotating around and just kind of showing you like the best way to get around this map. But this was purely to show you how to put yourself in the best situation to get a dub. And that's going to be it. Take all the most difficult parts of the game out of play. And, you can see there, just held down the fort. Winery was our home. We defended it. Easy dubs. And you kind of get gifted a little bit right there, right? Like the circle gives us 2 easy shifts. COD gods kind of bless you sometimes if you're playing it the right way, right? I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave some comments. Let me know what you think. I'm having fun with these tutorial videos, but if you had something in mind or you want to see something else or something I didn't touch on, please let me know. More to come. Make sure to hit the like. Make sure to hit the subscribe. Keep the notifications on to see the more to follow. And also check out the top 5 Warzone Plays of the Week, which you do each and every week as well. Until next time, much love, everybody.